In this video, we'll see the contact us feature. So the contact us feature allows Biobank to create a contact us form on the login screen. This can be used by public to contact the Biobank for the new projects, user training requests, or even general queries on data or anything, etc. So the form's content can be configured via the Biobanks, which can be done via forms module. So let's see how to create such a catalog and how to configure it so that the public can use it. So I've logged in as a super admin right now. Super admin, institute admin, and any user who has a catalog, create, edit, access, they can create a catalog. So navigate to the catalog, you can see the create option over here. On the create page, you will see multiple fields. We'll go one by one. As you can see, there are a couple of mandatory fields. Some of them are non-mandatory fields. So the title, it's nothing but the display title of the catalog. For us, it will be a contact us. Description is the description of the catalog, which will be displayed on the catalog page. We'll keep it as contact us catalog. Now display field is the option which allows user to control the content of the catalog. To create a contact us catalog, we'll only need to select the request form option. So I'm going to deselect this rest of the options. As you can see, the moment I deselect the rest of the options, the page, the fields on the page varies. So you can see a couple of fields are now vanished since they are not mandatory for this type of a catalog. Item details query field. So this will be the query configured by the biobank, which will be used to see the requested samples or the queries to the request manager. So, and this query should hold a specimen identifier in it. So let me just add a specimen query. Okay. So, and the next is the request form. The custom form is the request form that can be that researchers needs to fill, like the public needs to fill out to put out their queries. This form can be configured at the form level. So if you can see under the forms module, I have already created a form called as contact us form, and now I'll be using that form in my catalog. So if I open this form, you can see there are fields called as name, contact number, and a general question as how can we help. You can add multiple types of field based on the requirement. Now let me select this form here, contact us form. Uh, Request manager, which it will be user who will have access to the request that people put, and this user will also receive an email notification whenever the request has been put by any person. um, Requires login. Requires login defines whether the catalog will be public or the private. Since it may occur that many users are not existing open specimen users, so it is always useful to create it as a public catalog. To create a public catalog, you can just select the require login as a no option, and anyone who has a access to this URL, catalog URL, they can put a request. Show app buttons is nothing but showing these application buttons on the catalog page. It is useful to just vanish the unnecessary fields on the page. Help URL is a non-mandatory field. It's not required on the contact us catalog. So once you are ready with these details, you can click on the create and the catalog will get created. Let me just open the already created catalog here. So I have already created a contact us catalog. Let me just now open it. Okay. So here you can see this contact us catalog is created. Okay. I have put the request manager, the catalog URL is generated over here, and you can see there is an edit option, delete option, and rest of the fields regarding this catalog. So this is how you can create a contact us catalog. Now the contact us catalog is ready, but to configure it at a public level so that people can access it without even having open specimen access, we'll need to configure it at a system level. So to configure at a system level, the details that we'll need is the identifier of this catalog. So the identifier of this catalog, you can see it into the menu bar. Here you can see this is the identifier of the catalog, which is a 41. And this identifier will need to set it up at the settings, system level settings. Now only super admin can do this. So since I'm already a super admin, I can see the settings tab over here. I'll navigate to the settings and type in as a contact. Now you can see this is the contact as property where I've already provided the value as 41. If I click on it, it asks me for the new value, and here I can provide it the value of the catalog that I'll need to see on the login page. So I've already provided a value as a 41 over here. Now that we are ready with the catalog and we have configured at the system level, let's see how to put a request using this contact us catalog. Now let me log out from this open specimen. Okay. So as I log out, you can see now I'm a regular user. Okay. You can see the contact us tab over here. This will be the catalog that we have configured at the system level. Once I hit this contact us button, the form appears here. If you see, these are the same fields that we have configured under the request form. Okay. I'll put the request ID over here. Let's say this is my ID. Okay. And my IRB ID, my name. Okay. This is my contact number. And I need a help with the catalog training. Okay. Once I'm ready with the details to put a request, I can hit the submit request option. So let me just put the submit request. So you can see the request 241 has been created. The moment I create the request, I also get receives the email notification, which will look like this. Let me just refresh this. So you can see here is the request that I have received, 241 distribute specimen. So here you can see this is the user email address I have used to put a request. This is the request that I have put, and there is email notification that I have received. So this is how you can put a request and you can receive an email notification on the request that you have put already. Now let's see view request. Once the public has put the request, now request manager comes into the picture. I'll again log in as a request manager over here. Okay. Now let me navigate to the catalog. And once I hit this catalog, you can see the view request option. Request manager can see all the requests that has been put by all users using this catalog. So you can see there are a couple of requests put by some other users. This is the recent request that I put. This user also receives the email notification. So this will look something like this. So you can see the new request 241 has been created. Okay. Now let's navigate to this request. Okay. So once you navigate to this request, you can see there are multiple options on this page. Okay. So this is how you view any request. Now you have seen how to view a request. Now let's talk about the request form, which will be the last part of this video, which is you can see the details that has been put by a public over here. Now you see this is the requester email address that I did put while putting a request. This is the IRB ID, the request date on the date I did put a request, my name, the contact number, and what type of a query I did put. So this is how the request form details looks like. From here, the request manager can take it forward with the request that any public has put.